based purely on the description on Disney Plus, I wasn't sure what to expect from Dory's Reef Cam. So I thought I'd check it out, and I have to say it's a really sweet idea. I don't think it's perfect. There are a few things that I think they could have improved upon. I will talk about that in a moment. But I will say I was surprised to see quite a lot of negative reviews because obviously once I watched it, I will say I didn't watch it for 3 hours. I skipped ahead quite a few times, which once I explain what it actually is will make sense. But I looked at a lot of reviews online, and a lot of people just don't seem to have understood the point. Dory's Reef Cam is basically an animation of fish underwater. It's basically like Finding Nemo or Finding Dory from the perspective of a camera that's been put in the ocean. And we're on the floor, we're on the ocean bed, we see the fish swimming past, some of them will make eye contact with the camera, and that's it for 3 hours. And I don't know how many clips there are or how long the initial clip lasts, but it's obviously on a loop. And I do feel like it's quite repetitive. They could have done a little bit more to make it a little bit more engaging, but it's not meant to be watched. It's certainly not meant to be watched for 3 hours straight. And as I said, I didn't. I, I skipped ahead just to see if anything changed. And apart from recognizing clips that were repeated, it's just 3 hours of colorful fun. The fact that it's 3 hours, I think, is a pretty decent length. It is designed as a screensaver. Something that I found interesting, somebody had actually mentioned in one of their reviews, I don't know if this review was on either Letterboxd or IMDb, they said it would be a great thing to have on in the background on the TV at a kids' party. And I thought that was such a lovely idea. That kind of thing where it's not meant to be observed for 3 hours, but certainly young children will find it engaging. I feel like some young children will just watch it for 3 hours. If you have a cat, they might find the moving colours quite engaging as well. My cat's a big fan of Taskmaster, so this kind of thing would appeal to her as well. Not that Taskmaster and Dory's Reef Cam are anything alike, but certain animals like watching things moving on screen. The only thing that I think would have made it better, and I understand the cartoon aspect being engaging for young fans of Nemo and Dory, it's relatable, and the bright colours are very, very eye-catching. But for me, I would have preferred it if it was Dory's Reef Cam, but it was actually genuine footage of fish in the ocean, or whatever they've got hold of. There's plenty of stock footage of fish in the water. If they wanted to create something from scratch, maybe it wouldn't have been quite so elaborate, but that would have been really interesting. Like, I genuinely would have wanted to watch the water life, the ocean world coming to life and seeing what the interactions are like. I'm sure they'd have to truncate some things where fish eat other fish, but that would have been a lot more interesting both for children and adults. Whereas it's fun background imagery, but as an adult I didn't find it actually interesting. But had they been real fish, definitely would have been a little bit more eye-catching and captivating. But I think it's a fun concept. Clearly a lot of people have missed the point with this. I'm reading a comment just now on disney.fandom.com where someone says it's not intended to be watched for 3 hours, yet they stupidly made it 3 hours long. They're missing the point. They're completely missing the point of this. It is a screensaver. It is background. As that person pointed out in that review, it's the kind of thing you could put on in the background at, well, they said a children's party, or, if your child is playing in their bedroom or in the nursery. It's lovely to have on in the background, and it's not silent. We do have like the noises of the ocean, bubbles and things, if I remember rightly. I hope I'm not making that bit up. It was 2 days ago that I watched it, but it's not like music. There's no music or anything, so I think it's got a lot of benefit. For me, as I said, would have preferred live action, but I can really see the benefits of the bright colours and the relatable characters. It's just a shame that a lot of people seem to have completely missed the point.